What's up, everybody? Hopefully, we'll have a couple people hop on. We're excited to have you, Optavia Lighthouse crew. Excited to have everybody who wanted to hop on. We're going to be doing these more often. Obviously, we talked about that last week, and we're going to be talking about some simple topics to help people. So, those of you that happen to be watching this on replay, that'll be cool. But honestly, I'm going to have Justin and Courtney lead a bunch of this just because they're awesome and I love them. And they were like, we talked about doing this a little bit, and they're like, hey, why don't we do more? And boom, it has exploded into what it is. So quick question for all of you. When you saw the topic, what did you think? Does anyone remember the topic?
I don't remember the topic.
Okay, Christine, being honest, I love it. Justin and Courtney, what's the topic?
The topic is, how do I talk to people?
Oh, yeah.
So
And when I talk to them, what do I say and how do I say it?
do any of you struggle with talking to people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we got some people saying yes. Okay, so the next question is, what do you think makes it difficult for some people to talk to people? Brett, you want to say something? You got that look on your face.
I don't have a problem talking. I have no reservation talking to people. In fact, my wife can't stand it sometimes. My issue is I think just the lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? I don't really know how to talk to somebody and sound knowledgeable, intelligent, professional. You know what I mean? Yet, so to speak, and it kind of it's intimidating knowing that you know this much. So that's just me.
Okay. Anybody else?
For me, I guess I can say something. In the past, it used to be caring what people thought or thinking they'd think I was weird or, oh, what does she know? You know, just things like that. I would just think people would think I was weird.
Yeah, we oftentimes care. We think that well, let's just call it what it is. We assume we know what they're thinking about us or going to say to us before we actually ask the question. How many people have that, right? They're like, oh man, if I bring this up to them, they're going to do this. And especially like if we like send a message or something, we assume that we're reading into what they're saying to us before they even say it. Right? And so we're putting these things in our mind where we're like, oh my goodness, oh, if I say this to this person, then they're going to say this to me. Really? How do you know that they're going to say that to you? First of all. Second of all, did they actually say that to you if you had the guts enough to message it? Because I'll tell you, you'll be surprised. Brett Royer is a perfect example. I invited him to one of the Thursday night company Zooms about introducing the program to people. His name was on my heart. I dropped a message to him. I said, are you open to exploring what health coaching looks like? And he said, yeah. And then he went even a step further and said, I think I want to do this for a living. You think that when I first thought about sending that message to Brett that I said, oh, Brett's going to want to do this for a living? He's going to be to do it. I said, I wonder if he's open to exploring. I just thought, is he open to exploring it? And boom, here he is. That's just one example. I'm sure all of you have many. What about you guys, Tolmans?
What about us what?
As far as just difficulties that you guys foresee or anything that you've run across experience-wise?
You know, I think at the very beginning, I could relate a little bit more with what Brett said. You know, you want to know what you're talking about and you want to know everything the program holds and all the cool words and the lingo, and you don't want to be called a health coach. You want to be called like a dietitian or a nutritionist, or you know what I mean? And so, I mean, there's a lot of things that kind of go into it, but I just have found that, if you know a lot, but you don't talk, you're not going to get near as many people and interest as the person that doesn't know anything that talks to a lot of people, right?
Passion and energy always trumps knowledge every single time. Like I don't get excited by somebody who comes to me and just spills a bunch of information on my plate. If they're excited and they have knowledge, that's awesome. If they're excited but they know how to get the knowledge, they can give it to me, I'm also piqued. My interest is also piqued.
Hey, John,
yeah.
Can I add something?
Please.
That going along with that, I remember when I first started and I thought, all I know is that I've done the program. And I remember JC Dornick, he's an integrated presidential director, and he teaches his brand new coaches these 5 words, all I know is, and 4 words, and then 1, sorry. And then whatever it is, like for me, when I first started, I was like, I have a gift. I know I have a gift. I know I'm supposed to share this with people, but I didn't really know everything. I knew I did the program and it worked, but I didn't know what everybody else would need to do. I didn't know, you don't know what you don't know, and you don't really need to know everything I kind of had that moment myself, Brett, where I was like, I just don't know if I know enough. And I think there's a balance to hungering and learning everything you can, but at the same time, keeping it super simple. And just all I know is I've done this program. I've lost weight. I feel amazing. I know a lot of people who do this and feel great. All I know is my friends, Kat and John, do this for a living and they love it and they help people, That's all I know. I don't need to know a lot. I just need to know a little bit about what people, that I care about people. And all I know is I want to help people. So, there is always of course we want to have knowledge. Of course we want to be able to answer people's questions. But I remember when I first started, I was calling my coach every day and texting my coach every day. And somebody asked me this, somebody asked me this, somebody asked me this, somebody asked me this. And she taught me how to fish. She taught me how to find answers to my questions. And all of a sudden I felt really empowered and I don't have to know everything. I don't have to know the answers to everyone's questions. I don't have to know why scientifically it's the best way to eat or any of that stuff. All I need to know is that I have passion to help people and serve people, and I can go forward from that.
Amen.
Thank you.
So, if I may, and most everybody's on mute, and so it's hard to take you off mute and comment. So we'll just raise hands. Raise your hand if you have ever held back from talking with someone because you were afraid they would ask you a question you didn't know the answer to. Okay, a couple people. Now raise your hand if you ever were fearful of talking to someone for what they might think of you or think about what you're doing and now a part of. Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever felt fearful to talk about someone because you just don't know how to bring it up in a conversation. Okay. Raise your hand if you're fearful because you don't know how to find people to talk to. Where are those people to talk to? Okay. So most everybody raised their hands on most all of those, right? Can you think of any other scenarios, John or Kat or Court?
Pretty much nailed it.
So I guess the biggest thing is, the biggest question at this point is, how were you guys approached? How did you come to find the program yourself? And how did you become coaches?
Did you think the people that asked you were weird or any of those other things we talked about?
I would love to just 10 seconds or less hear a couple people and how they found the program or how they were invited to coach and maybe what their impression was of that real quick. Just any volunteer.
Mine's kind of unique. I wasn't actually approached by Kat and John, actually. It was the vice president of enrollment at the university I work for. And they came and presented it. That's how I found out about them. Had a lot of my coworkers that were well overweight sitting next to me, and they've talked to me numerous times about wanting to get into shape. And I just wanted to, I don't know, I was kind of, I'm always open personally to ways to become healthier, lose weight, maintain weight, you know what I mean? And so that was kind of my first interaction with them. And then finally I said, yeah, I'm gonna do the program because I want to lose the weight and prove to myself I can. Because I've never done something like it before. So that was my first impression though, was this sounds cool. It was cool that, you know, we would endorse it and allow them to come and present. And so that was exciting. It was kind of an exciting beginning. The coaching thing didn't come for what, like a year and a half after, a year later.
Yeah.
When he just randomly texted me about it. And it just so happened to be at a time where I was kind of frustrated with my career path and trying to make things happen. And I thought there's no way I can get where I want and have the potential to make a difference and a ripple effect doing what I'm doing. I mean, I am, but only to a certain extent. And I didn't want the limit. But.
That's super, super awesome. Thanks, Brett.
I love that.
What about someone else? How did you come across the program for the first time? Or how were you approached to the coaching opportunity? And what were your thoughts about it when you were first approached? It could be someone that's been doing it for years or someone that just barely started. How were you approached?
Christine,
I'll tell you.
you say
Okay.
something.
Well, I saw Kat's picture before and after on Facebook, and so I called her up or texted her for the first time in, 10, 15 years. And so I was like, I don't even know what it is, but whatever you did, I want to do it too. And so I didn't even really find out much about it. I just said, just sign me up. I'm ready to do it. And then when I had such great results, it was like only, I think 2 weeks into the program, you know, I lost 10 pounds my first week. And the second week, just the thought of, and it just happened to be about convention time. And so I just asked her, and we brought up coaching, and I said, you mean I could actually be a coach? I mean, couldn't even believe that was a possibility, and I was so excited. And then she said, you get paid for it too, and I didn't even know. I'm like, you seriously get paid for it too? And so and then I went to convention 2 weeks later, and yeah, I was just big time on fire, and it was really exciting. I didn't know why it was necessarily working at first, but all I know is I was getting everyone around me on board, and I was getting some good paychecks, and I was just on fire. Really exciting. So yeah, Facebook was my first approach with Kat.
So,
go ahead, Jason.
No, that's awesome. So, and everybody has their own experience too. Everyone has their own unique way of how they found the program or how they were approached to be a coach, right? And it's very possible to be a coach without having done the program. Okay. And so basically just think back on that and think, wow, did I think this person that talked to me about their program was a huge loser? And I was thinking about everything that they said wrong when they were talking to me, and how there's got to be 1,000 other things out there better than whatever this person's bringing to me, right? I mean, no one thinks like that.
And I think the point is we're hardest on ourselves, and we need to get over that and be nicer to ourselves and realize we're cool. You guys are all cool that are on here.
And people want to be with us. They want to join us.
Yeah.
The super cool thing too is that there's so much more to this program. I mean, there's multiple programs within the company, right? And there's different categories and aspects behind healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. And I think last week we touched base. There is literally something for everybody, no matter where you are, right? And if someone thinks that it might be a little weird, or maybe they're skeptical of something, chances are it's just they're skeptical of the program or the way that maybe they're understanding it, not you as a person, right? Chances are they're not skeptical at you and who you are and what you represent. They're just skeptical of the product maybe. And that's when you step in and say, all I know is, right, it works. Or all I know is I've got awesome mentors, and you got to get on a call with me, and they'll just explain everything better.
I love that because Kat also said in the notes, make it less about ourselves and more about helping others. And like you said, Justin, it's about getting passionate about something. If you're passionate about it, you don't have to know anything. All I know is fill in the blank, right? All I know is before I was 40 pounds heavier, now I'm lighter and I feel better than I ever have. Whatever it is, right? All I know is before I had 100 people asking me how to get healthy, and I would give them meal plans and teach them how to meal prep for like a whole day out of the week to make it work. And now I can provide a solution that's super easy for them, right? That's kind of what Justin got started with. He got tired of writing up meal plans for people that they garbage after like 1 or 2 days, you know? And I was super skeptical coming into this, you guys. So like if you're skeptical or you know anyone that's skeptical, first of all, let them tell you that. Don't assume that they're skeptical, right? Let them tell you that and then call me up and let's do a 3-way call. Because this guy was skeptical at first. And I'll be glad to have that conversation with anybody if you don't feel comfortable doing it. So
how many of you guys have ever heard the phrase or the saying, the fortune is in the follow-up? Okay. It's not likely, even though this business and health coaching, it's very common to get somebody the very first conversation. So the very first conversation, it is common that they'll sign up and want to do the program because there is some interest or some common ground there, but it's also not likely. Okay. It just depends on where you're at with things. And so the fortune is in the follow-up. So we want to approach people, but be super cool, super casual, just throw a little plug in there every once in a while whenever we can, create just barely enough interest that it catches their attention, and then we do a follow-up.
Well, I was also going to add in there too, once I started making it more about the relationship, which he just said, you know, building a relationship with them, caring about them, asking about their lives, they're going to automatically be like, I like her. Like, I want to do what she's doing. I like him. I want to do what he's doing. So the relationship aspect is so important too. Just wanting to be friends with people and wanting to know about their lives.
I like
Yeah.
Kat. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so like little plugs. For example, if I'm at the gym and someone's eating a bar, drinking a shake, I'm like, bro, why don't you buy your shakes from me? And they're like, you sell shakes? Yeah, we'll talk about it later. And I'll just keep walking, right? Something like that. Super simple. Or you're in a line at like a grocery store, or let's say like the buffet, or you're with some family or something. You're just like, 'tis the season. Gotta eat healthy. Gotta watch those, watch those carbs, watch those macros and stuff. And, you're just talking like that and just throwing those plugs in. Or, oh my gosh, I've got such a cool story to tell you. It's awesome. It's just about one of my clients and the success that they've had recently. And I just thought I'd share it with you. Right. And little things like that, just to people as you come across them in the day to day, it's super, super casual, and it's enough to grab their interest to return and follow up. Now, if you never follow up, that's a different story, but it's just that little teaser, right? That breaks the ice. You're not sitting there, standing there trying to pin them up against a wall for 90 seconds to 10 minutes and then walking away feeling dumb because you showed up and throwed up, right? And so we're just being super casual.
I love that, Justin. Showed up and throwed up, right? I mean, are we literally like finding somebody who expresses an ounce of interest and we're just puking all over them? Is that what attracted you to the program? Well, don't expect to do that. Like Justin and Courtney were saying, somebody else too. I mean, let's keep it simple, you guys. Have conversations with people, especially people that are close to you that you run into. How hard is it to say to someone you've seen at the gym 5 times, dude, why are you drinking that shake from somebody else? Let's get one for me, bro. Let's do this. Or that's like guy speak, right? So, there's the equivalent for females too. I don't want you guys, unless actually some women would be cool with that. Bro, what's up? Aren't you buying your shake from me? Totally get it. But it's about just having a natural conversation. What's that, Court?
How we would start was like, oh, look at your cute outfit, or oh, your kids are so cute. I saw you take them into the daycare. That's what we do.
And then you say, where do you get your protein shakes from? I have a good shake for you.
Yeah.
You guys, it's like we became clients because Kat played volleyball with Amber and Jared. More Amber, right? And then she just, even the day that Kat wanted to know more information, Amber's like, oh, I'll tell you later. Let's schedule a call. We'll talk about it later. That alone is enough to like get people going, holy crap, this is awesome. Wait a second. I have a call tonight at 6. I have a call tonight at 6 with Ashley. I got a call tonight at 6. I ran into her at the grocery store. She said, let's talk later tonight instead of spilling everything all over me right then and there. Now I want to know more. And then you're not standing in aisle 7 at Smith's talking about the 5-in-1 and all the vitamins and minerals and the probiotic. And look, they don't care about the probiotic on aisle 7 at Smith's or name the grocery store, right? What they care is that you care and that you actually want to talk to them. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, let's get on the phone later. I would love that. You know?
Yeah, so especially with what I did with work before this, there's just a lot of talking to people. And we would work on different things, one of them being called like an elevator pitch. And the only reason why it's even called an elevator pitch is because how long are you normally on an elevator? How many seconds? Probably 20 to 30 seconds, right? And in Salt Lake City, there's not a lot of floors on a lot of buildings. So, right?
It's like 10 seconds.
So if you're on an elevator with someone and you're right there, you have that much time just to generate barely enough interest and maybe just follow up with them. And so it could be something like, yeah, hey, my name is Justin. I'm actually a health coach and nutritionist. And what I do is I put together customized meal plans for people that are really struggling with their health or want to improve where they're at. It can be anywhere from balancing blood sugars to hormones to improving their athletic ability, working around prescriptions, or just changing their lifestyle in general. And I love it because I actually begin helping them and end up, really helping them pay it forward to everyone else in their family too. But I'd love to tell you more about it later. Right? I mean, something so small and simple like that, elevator pitch. Or if it's someone that you know, hey, I don't know if you've heard, but I'm doing this new thing, and what it is just helping people with their eating and establishing healthy habits. And right, we have tons of tools and resources for people to get going. I'd love to tell you about it because it's something I know you would be super interested in. And if it's not, maybe you could refer people to me. I'd love that.
And what if it's a friend that you don't really like? Two things. Justin brought something to our culture that I absolutely love. He said, when he got started, he said, I am excited that I can walk into any room, anywhere, and know that I have a solution for every single person in that room. Because every person in that room is looking to get healthier, get off medications, just get feeling better, have a healthy lifestyle, maybe gain weight, healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. We have a solution for every single person when we walk in a room. And so when you talk to that person, it doesn't have to be about you telling that person, you're fat, let's get you skinny. Chances are it's not usually going to work anyway. It's about you, like Justin was saying, having a natural conversation with somebody. A natural conversation. Even if people are shy and by the way, you're only shy if you tell yourself you're shy, or reserved. Once again, you're only reserved if you tell yourself you're reserved, or whatever, then it's just about changing the language in your mind. So I would say find your niche, find what works for you, how you can have confidence, work with your coach, your mentor to really push that forward for you. So if Justin and Courtney are awesome at finding new clients at the gym, great, that's a niche that works for them. But maybe I'm scared to go to the gym and talk to people. But maybe I have a great network of people through the PTA or whatever, right? I know everybody's different. I'm just throwing random stuff out there. I actually don't do anything with the PTA. But I'm just saying, like, whatever our niche is, go with that. And I'm telling you, I watched Jackie Grover, who's on here right now. And my friend Jackie would be classified as shy. She does not get out of her own way very often and talk to new people immediately. If girlfriend is rocking an awesome ED business, then I know all of you can learn the skills necessary to rock an ED business too. I'm just being real. Right, Jackie? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Now, Jackie has strengths, and she is super sweet and connects with people and has a loving heart. So she plays to those strengths. And that's what I love about communication. Work with your coach to find the strengths that are within you and play to your strengths. Now, one big thing, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say, hey, we said it'd be a half an hour, so I was going to wrap it up. So you say what you want to say.
Yeah, so just to wrap it up too, we didn't get on here to say, hey, do it like this. You know, we didn't say, hey, why don't you try, and do it like we do it, or be more chill, even though you might be anxiety ridden and just fearful like crazy, right? We're not saying that. What we're saying is, take what we talked about a little bit and just kind of get thinking, right? How you can put yourself in different positions to be in front of more people, how to approach them, or honestly, just find some things that you're struggling with or reservations that you have, and set up a time to talk to your sponsor coach and your mentor coach about it, right? And that's when you're going to be able to dive into it and break it down and say, okay, here's where we're at, and then that way we can start making some good progress. So, I guess Courtney and I and John and Kat, we would challenge you guys just to think about what some of those reservations are, what scares you about talking to people, or maybe you're not scared of talking to people at all. Maybe it's just, how do I find people to talk to, right? Whatever it might be, but just figure out what that is and identify it, and then set up a time to talk to your sponsor coach and your mentor coach about it.
I love that. You guys, thank you so much for hopping on. One homework assignment then is to do what Justin just talked about, and then set up an appointment to talk with your sponsor or mentor about it. Okay? Super simple. We keep it easy around here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for taking time on a Saturday to do this. Is everybody okay with Saturdays at this time? Thumbs up, working out. We're having a good attendance. So appreciate all of you, and have a great day. We'll talk soon.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Justin and Courtney.